has actually mentioned this, that he does expect the Olympic Committee and the NCAA to no longer allow men to compete in women's sports.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying today that by signing his latest executive order, President Trump is starting a public pressure campaign to get sports bodies like the International Olympic Committee to comply with his trans athlete ban. The new order, titled "Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports," is a complete ban on transgender girls and women competing on teams matching their gender identity. Republicans have long argued that they have biological advantages that are unfair and unsafe for other girls and women. Seattle U Director of Sports Law, Kelly Rodriguez, speaking out today.
For parents, for athletic directors, for lots of folks kind of trying to navigate this, there's a lot of confusion right now, right? So we've got an executive order. The Department of Education will take some time to kind of issue their interpretation of the statute. And then, of course, it's going to run up against some of the states.
So it may be no coincidence, by the way, that all of this is happening today during National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Ariel Orsuto, our sports reporter and anchor here, joining us now. So this is not a surprise. President Trump campaigned on this. So what does it mean?
Well, it means a lot of things, but first of all, it really only affects directly a very small amount of people. I mean, nationwide, you're looking at just a 0.5% of people identify as trans. And then you have NCAA President Charlie Baker telling a Senate hearing that there are less than 10 college athletes openly identifying as trans.
Across all universities and colleges in the country. 10.
Across all universities and colleges at the NCAA level. 10 people.
And has the NCAA responded to this today?
They actually did. They came out today, but again, this is the same Charlie Baker that spoke in front of the Senate who is now saying, we vow to comply with this, but they are taking a look at it. They're going to look at what this order really means, because a lot of people, they're really not sure exactly how this directly affects everybody.
And also, is it legal?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's what I spoke with Kelly Rodriguez about today, of how is this legal? You know, she said that the Department of Education really can interpret this legislation at their leisure, and that if it holds up, that's going to be up to the courts to decide how it holds up. So really, they're going to really look at some precedent. So they're going to look directly at Title IX and, you know, that of the basis of sex, and see how that can hold up. And there is precedent for that. Here's what she told me.
And we've seen the court interpret that a few years ago in a case called Bostock. And they have interpreted it to mean that sex includes transgender status, it includes identifying as homosexual and sexual orientation. So we've seen those, the court interpret that broadly. It will be interesting to see, you know, a new court now and a new administration, how those interpretations previously may apply to Title IX.
One more thing I just want to add that she mentioned, I did ask, you know, is there going to be legal ramifications if they don't comply? And she said that's really going to be, you know, up to, that's kind of up to interpretation at this point. So
and kind of wait and see
absolutely
what happens as people do or don't comply.
Exactly.
Right? What about the Washington High School Association? Any reaction from them?
Yeah, great question. I reached out. As of now, there's no reaction because, again, people are really waiting to see what this exactly means as it trickles down. But I want to reiterate what is currently going on with the WIAA for those people who don't remember. As of right now, currently, all trans athletes are allowed to participate in whichever gender they currently identify with. There are two proposals, though, at this moment. One proposal replaces boys' sports as an open division. So there'll be two divisions. One is girls, one is an open division. There's a second proposal that would have three divisions. One is girls, one is boys, and one is open. The open division, of course, being transgender or whomever would like to be a part of that division.
Interesting. So we're going to have to wait to see where that goes as well.
Yes, and I believe that vote is in April, but things could change between now and April.
Ariel Orsuto, thank you for the latest on that today.